What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the trade recap. Today I made 3.4K on an Alpha Futures premium account. So now I'm at max allocation on this firm, and I'm pretty much just grinding winning days right now. I have two accounts on Trade and then one account on the Alpha Trader platform, all premium accounts, and they're all at like a 3.5K, 3.4K balance around. So now I just got to flip some more winning days, and I'll be able to request like a $3,000 to $4,000 payout, hopefully, if all goes well. But yeah, pretty much we'll go over the trade right now. It was honestly, I don't know, the delivery was pretty bad, but it hit, so can't really complain. So we have the 9:30 candle marked out right now, and what happens during every session right before it is you have to mark out all our draws on liquidity, right? Every single session, because trades only matter if you have a good draw, and that's pretty much how I trade, right? Identify a draw and figure out how to get there. So for me, where are we at? What was my draw? Oh, this low down here on the 4-hour time frame, this high up here, and then those were the two obvious draws I saw. And then we got to scale down even more. Boom, boom. What do we have? We had these lows down here. Boom, boom. And those were like the main draws I saw, right? On top of that, we had this low resistance liquidity around here on the hourly, all of these lows. We'll mark it like this. So boom. Now we have our draws marked out. We have a high above us, low resistance liquidity, and then two prominent lows that I like were just obvious to me, right? I only like to target the obvious draws. If they're not completely obvious, if they're not sticking out to me, like come take me, I don't want to even mark it out, right? So boom. Now we mark those out. And what do? We wait for market open. So at market open, we go down lower initially on this 9:30 candle. We go lower and then pump higher. I thought this initial move down was a good enough manipulation and that we were going to target those low resistance liquidity that I marked out before. I thought we were just going to book all these stacked highs, right? That's what I was thinking, is that we're going to book these stacked highs. Let me just try to find an entry. So initially I was looking for longs. And what I do, I marked out my fib, and I just waited to see some sort of confirmation that we actually wanted to book those highs, right? Because in my mind, I was thinking, okay, either this low, this bearish leg right here is the manipulation, or this upper move is the manipulation, right? We just have to wait and see and get confirmation about where is the distribution. So I marked out my fib levels, and as you can see, we did not respect any of these levels. 0.5 and then OTE just got absolutely ran through. So seeing that, I kind of just flipped my bias, right? Like if price wanted to go up, it would probably respect these levels and then push up higher. We get some sort of reaction, some sort of confirmation that we wanted to actually go higher. But failing to see that, it made me think, okay, we're not going to keep going higher. I'm going to look for shorts. So boom, price disrespects all that, this entire fair value gap. And then we hit this 930 low, and then we hit that, what was it, a 4-hour hourly low that I marked out earlier. And we started retracing back. Seeing this wick and like the rejection on this candle and this liquidity pool, it made me think two things, right? Either it's a retrace and we continue, or that's the bottom and we go book those book that low resist liquidity that I marked out earlier. Those are the two options I was thinking once we hit this level and started respecting it, right? Either we retrace and keep going, or we completely reverse. So how am I going to figure out which is which? Is I mark out my fib. Boom, I mark out my fib tool right here, and we noticing this and marking out my levels, I also notice that we have a bearish order block right here in line with the 0.78 of the OTE. And then on top of that, we also had an SMT right here. Boom, boom. Trendline RBET. So as you can see, the 936 candle and the 954 candle, NQ failed to take it out. But ES, on the other hand, 936 candle, or 952, I guess. I mean, the 954 doesn't really matter, right? We took it out on ES, but we failed to do it on NQ. So what is that? That's an SMT. Boom. 3 things stacked up, all within the same minute. Bearish order block, OTE range, and SMT. three things you could honestly just enter right off that, but I needed one more last bit of confirmation. And what was that confirmation? Was this displacement leg. This displacement candle was all I needed to see. That was my entry. Enter right here. Stop above this SMT high. Technically, you could hold it all the way to this high because price could come back up and fail to take out the high again and still be an SMT. But honestly, I was had pretty high conviction that this trade was gonna hit. Just seeing this displacing candle, that Doge candle, the OTE, all of that shit's like aligned with each other. I was pretty confident in this trade. And what did I target? I just targeted this internal low for a 1 to 2. Honestly, I could have targeted that other 4-hour low that I marked out earlier for a 1 to 2.5, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I guess in the moment, I just felt this was the more obvious draw, and that's all I wanted. So, as you can see, price was pretty choppy once we entered. We were in this trade for, I don't know, what's that, 25 minutes, 20 minutes. So, pretty long trade, honestly, for only 150 points. Is that 150 points? Am I doing that right? Yeah, 150 points. Still pretty big, actually. But pretty sloppy delivery. Honestly, I was about to close this trade either for a small loss or break even if we failed to take out this low right here. This was my break even point after creating all this internal structure and chopping around. I was honestly going to cut this trade if we closed above this high. If we closed above this high, I was going to cut this trade just because we were in so much chop and we failed to take out this low. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We failed to close under that low 7 times. So if this candle right here were to have gone up and closed above this high, I would probably cut this for like a minus 0.4, minus 0.5 R. But thankfully, we flushed lower. After we took out this low, we absolutely flushed to our take profit. And yeah, I mean, not the best delivery, but I think it was a really clean trade. We had so many confluences pointing in the direction of shorts, and I was able to capitalize it. As you can see here, 3.4K on this trade. Pretty much just have to flip some more winning days now, and I'll be able to request a payout next week if all goes well, if I get more winning days than losses. So yeah, just to wrap it up one more time on why I took this trade. Pretty much 4 different confluences aligned within the same like 2-minute time frame. We had an OTE range right here. We retraced into OTE, bearish order block, SMT, Doge candle, displacing candle in the direction that we want to go towards, and boom, that's what, 5 different confluences. Keep trading simple, y'all. It's not that hard. Once you get the reps in, being able to identify all this in real time becomes a lot easier. So yeah, that's the trade for today. 3.4K on the day. Hopefully y'all learned a little bit about why I'm entering these trades and getting more familiar with my trading style. But yeah, that's it for today. Appreciate y'all tuning in.